We can't hear it. Take two.
Take two. It won't allow me to click share sound. Isn't this lovely, guys? Okay. Let's see. Scott, I'm not sure how to do that because I usually just click share sound, but it's not.
Yeah, we can skip it and then we'll share the link with everyone after.
Yeah, got it.
Well, welcome everyone. Again, I am Scott with the Central Florida ASTA Chapter Board. Today we have Tamika from Virgin Voyages. Some of you are going to be very familiar with her. If you haven't, she'll teach you how to make ship happen with Virgin Voyages. But I'm going to go ahead and shut up and shut off my screen so Tamika can take it away.
Ahoy, everyone. Happy Tuesday. My name is Tamika, and I'm the Virgin Voyages Sales Manager for North and Central Florida. I am here today to kind of do all things Virgin Voyages. Some of you may know who we are, some of you may not. So that's what I'm here to kind of do. So the word on the sea is that we're the ship to be. If you have not checked recently, we have the most 5-star reviews on TripAdvisor, and Cruise Critic actually likes us as well. So that's a good thing. Now, there's so many reasons to sail with Virgin Voyages, but I wanted to highlight a few. First and foremost, we are exclusively adults, no kids, no kidding. So you have to be 18 and over to sail with us. And everything that we did with our lady ships was with adults in mind. So from our food to our cabins to our entertainment, all with adults in mind. Now, sometimes I get, the question of, is this a cruise just for young people? And you probably are not going to hear the sound because for some reason the sound is disabled. But here's a video of some real people that are not young people that are enjoying a Virgin Voyage.
Want to see what I am? Look at this. Oh my. Walking on a dream. We made it. Talking to myself.
Just traveling the world.
This is the best.
Trying different drugs and girls.
We are always running for the
Second, boutique glamour. So the people that normally make cruise ships do cruise ships. Our creative collective actually builds hotels. So boutique glamour is all about the feel on board. You kind of feel like you're in this big city in the middle of a hotel with loads of things going on around you. Relax Luxe is my favorite. This is because you can come and sail in your very own way. No formalities with us. So we don't have any buffets, no captain's nights, no dress codes, no announcements, no cruise directors. This is what we want people to do with their vacation. We want them to do what they want to do. So we have a saying here at Virgin Voyages: no tie, no heels, no problem. Come as you are and be who you are. And finally, we did loads of market research before we got started because we wanted to know, what did people want out of cruise ships that they weren't currently getting? And the biggest thing that we got out of that was that people did not want to be nickeled and dimed. So Virgin Voyages is all about very upfront pricing, and tell your clients each fare includes over $600 worth of inclusions. So all of our food at our 20+ eateries, remember, no buffets. So this is very comparable to specialty dining. All of your essential drinks, including your sodas, are included. Tips are included. So they're not getting service based on the steak or lobster that they're ordering. We take care of our crew so that they can take care of you and your sailors. We think that Wi-Fi is a basic human digital right. So Wi-Fi is on us. And of course, all of our shows and entertainment and our group fitness classes. Now, what's not normally included is your alcoholic beverages, premium coffees, fresh pressed juices, and smoothies. So we created Bar Tab, and Bar Tab is simple. It's $300. It's fully commissionable to you guys. Virgin Voyages throws in $50, so your client has $350 to spend on board. The nice thing about it is, say that Scott and I are sharing a cabin and I'm the alcoholic and he just has the occasional glass at dinner, we can actually share bar tab. Now, just because we can charge for it, we wanted to make sure that we were very reasonable with our pricing. So just to give you kind of an idea, your basic cocktail, your rum and coke, your vodka cranberry, $9, tip included. We have $5 Heinekens, and 42% of our wines by the glass are under $10. Now, right now, because we are in wave season, bar tabs actually included. So this is the best time to get some interest turned into bookings, because right now they'll get 55% off the second sailor, as well as up to $600 in bar tab. So if it's 6 nights or less, they're going to get a $300 bar tab per cabin. And if it's 7 nights or more, they're going to get a free $600 bar tab. Let's talk quick about itineraries. So we have 4 lady ships, all on sale through 2024. 2025 pricing is coming soon. We have Scarlet, Valiant, Resilient, and Brilliant ladies. We are mid-size ship by design, so we only hold 2,770 passengers. But regardless if we're selling at 25% or 100%, we're going to have 1,150 crew on board to take care of everyone. Now, a cool fact is you can only tell the difference between our lady ships by the mermaids on the helm. So our Scarlet Lady, which is our first lady ship, is our redhead. Valiant Lady ship number 2 is our African-American mermaid, who I have on my t-shirt today. And then Resilient Lady ship number 3 has a Latina mermaid, which is so nice. And it really speaks to our brand about inclusivity. Now, this is where our lady ships are around the world. All of this information can be found on firstmates.com, but basically Scarlet Lady is in Miami year-round doing 4 and 5 night sailings to the Caribbean, all making a stop in Bimini, where we have our own private beach club. Valiant Lady is actually in Miami now with Scarlet. We'd like to say, hey, sis. And she's going to be doing 6 and 8 night sailings in her winter months from November to April, some transatlantic, some fall repositioning tours, but her home base in the summer is going to be Barcelona, Spain. And then Resilient Lady, who's joining us in May, is going to be out of Athens, Greece in the summer, also going to be doing transatlantics, transoceanics, also touching her feet into Australia and New Zealand. And then Brilliant Lady, which is ship number 4, she's going to start off with us in December of 2023 out of San Juan, Puerto Rico, doing all of those crown jewels of the Caribbean that a lot of big cruise ships can't get to. So like St. Kitts and Nevis, Barbados, St. Croix, amazing. Now we will be announcing more itineraries for Brilliant Lady in the next few weeks. A quick view of our cabins, because they are definitely game changing. All of our cabins are smart cabins with a tablet that controls everything in the cabin, from your lights to your TV to your air conditioner. And we love what our cabins do. And remember, with adults in mind, we wanted to make sure that it was a cabin that you can make the most of. So we do have our insiders, which obviously has no view. Our sea views has the porthole, but the 82% of our cabins on board are sea terrace cabins. And this is what excites me, because all of those cabins have these amazing red hammocks that I'm sure you guys have heard of. And that's what's really game changing. So if it were me and I were a travel advisor, I would use the sea terrace cabins as my lead-in category, because this is where the vast majority of our cabins are in this category. What's also nice outside of that amazing red hammock is that our seabeds turn into sectional couches. So if your sailor wanted a little bit more space during the day, they can have that turned into a couch, and it still does great naps. The extra large sea terrace is my favorite cabin because although it's the same on the interior, the bathroom is the real difference. So if you have someone that's maybe going on a longer sailing and the bathroom is going to make a difference, the extra large sea terrace is where you want to be. Now, our suites are considered Rockstar and Mega Rockstar category. The Rockstar category has perks. Now, we only have 78 suites on board in total. So if this is something that your client is interested in, please get them booked early because we run out of suites very quickly. So our Rockstar quarters come with access to Richard's Rooftop, which is this private area, private outdoor area only for our sailors staying in suites. The first round of the bar is on us. Early booking and priority access. And then Mega Rock Stars, which is really that top tier, everything's included, gives you those same perks. But in addition to that, it gives you daily bar tab, daily spa access, transfers to and from the port or valet parking, your own Mega Rockstar agent on board, bottomless in-room bar, and premium Wi-Fi when available. Now, another big part of our ship is health and wellness. So, whether you do a lot or do a little bit, we have something for everyone, from our fitness classes to the Redemption Spa. We really wanted to make sure that not only are we taking care of you guys when you're on board, but that not anyone would feel uncomfortable if their level of activity wasn't that of a triathlon. So we do have our own spin studio on board. That red halo that you see at the top of our ship is the runway, one of my favorite places. You can run it, you can walk it, or you can just take in the views. Of course, Redemption Spa. I wish I could bottle up that scent that we have in there and sell it because it's amazing. But the Redemption Spa has daily spa passes as well as services that you could get at any 5-star spa on land. Now, the next big part of our ship is the food. We did a really amazing thing with our food, and I'm sure you guys have heard about it, but we have Michelin star chefs behind our eateries. And remember, these things are included. So people would pay for this on another cruise line, but with us, it is included. So the Wake is our steak and seafood house, everything from your clam chowder to your tomahawk steak. Gun Bay is our Korean barbecue, flameless Korean barbecue. We sit 6 at a table. We give everyone a complimentary shot of soju. We play drinking games, and the food is amazing. We wanted to be sure that we had a place for our vegans and vegetarians, so we have Razzle Dazzle. Now, in true Virgin fashion, we had to be a bit naughty, so we do have a naughty menu at Razzle Dazzle, and go figure, the best bacon and the best fried chicken is at Razzle Dazzle. The test kitchen is our laboratory-like experience where you get a card, there's 5 ingredients in front of you, but you don't know what you're actually getting until it's unveiled in front of you. Extra Virgin is our Italian eatery on board. Oh my, guys, everything from the fresh made pastas to the dessert. I mean, you're going to leave with an Extra Virgin baby at the end. And then Pink Agave is upscale Mexican, but I don't want you to think tacos and fajitas. I want you to think more of, deconstructed street corn, duck, the best ribeye you've ever had. And we have over 100 different mezcals and tequilas at Pink Agave. And then the galley is our food court. We have everything here from to-go sushi to ramen to your salad bar. We wanted to make sure that we still gave a good service here. So it is still sit-down service. So if you and I are sitting at a table, you want ramen and I want a burger, we can both get what we want, because the staff is going to come over and take our order, and it's going to be delivered to our table. Now, with adults in mind, we wanted to be sure that we had some epic experiences on board. So first up, Squid Ink is our tattoo parlor. So, we couldn't get away with this if we weren't adults only, but this is a huge experience on board and always gets booked the first night of every sailing. Scott, I believe, has experienced this, so he can talk more to you about Squid Ink. The Groupie, one of my favorite places on board. This is private karaoke rooms. So if you have a couple of friends with you, or you have a circle, or you just meet new friends on board, head over to the Groupie, sing to your heart's content, and don't worry about stage fright because no one's watching. Sometimes if the men go missing, we find them at the social club. This is where they're drinking boozy milkshakes, eating chicken wings, watching the game, and even playing some old school arcade games at the arcade. And then the Red Room is where we have a lot of our shows, but the Red Room is transformational. So you might go in and see one show and it's set up one way, but then you go back and it's a completely different setup. Now, the Manor is our nightclub on board that we so appropriately named after Richard Branson's first music studio. And that lighted hallway that you see with the lady in the red dress, that is a must-have picture on board. Be sure to tell your clients that it's almost like a passport stamp that you've been on a Virgin Voyage. We also have an amazing casino and even some place for our sailors to listen to some vinyls. Now we have the first night of every sailing, we have a PJ party. And because we don't have a cruise director, we actually have a happenings cast. And this group of people is responsible for really enhancing the experience, making it memorable, and taking care of our singles. So the first night they host a pajama party on board. So be sure to tell your clients to pack a pair of PJs. And I also like to tell clients, get to know your happenings cast because they may give some secret invites to secret performances on board. Dual Reality is my favorite show. It's that West Side Story meets Cirque du Soleil. And then although you might not be able to hear this, on every sailing, the highlight is Scarlet Night. So make sure you tell your sailors to pack a piece of red. This is where we activate the whole ship in red and we end with an amazing pool party. Check this out. And we also have our own drag queen on board. We call her the Diva as well, and she has amazing performances on board. Now, we do have a new season of entertainment launching, so Never Sleep Alone is going to say goodbye for now, and we have added some amazing new shows. We can't wait to get them started on all of our new lady ships. Now, some resources for you guys. How do you sell this amazing product? So the age range right now is anywhere from 35 to 65, with the average age being around 50. We're about a 50-50 with male versus female. But I think the thing here, guys, is it's really about picking out the person that has the right state of mind. Do they love food? Are they young at heart? Do they like new experiences? And we're very much a draw to all-inclusive clients as well. Now, just some comparisons, because I think it's really important for you to educate your sailors. When they see a voyage fare on another cruise line, they say, oh, it's cheaper than Virgin Voyages. But what they don't keep in mind are all the things that add up when they get on the ship. And then at the end of the sailing, they have this buyer's remorse because they've paid another $1,000 in fees, okay? So remember, gratuities are included with us. There's no need for them to tip. If they want to, they can. But with other cruise lines, you're typically paying anywhere from $16 to $18 per person. That's, anywhere up to $200 per cabin, okay? Gratuities are not normally included on other cruise lines for specialty dining and ice cream and coffee, all included with us, as well as, we do have the bar tab, which again, that tips are included with us. Now with dining as well, a lot of people have to eat that buffet food for 5 to 7 days, but with us, all 20 eateries are included. There's no big bills at the end. There's no big dining halls. Where with other cruise lines, that's their thing. It's just not our thing. And again, all-inclusive clients actually love us because, some of the things that they're saying here is everything they include means you are constantly reaching into your pocket or worried about your bill at the end. Compared to hotels right now, cruising is the best value. So all-inclusive still have hidden fees, but with Virgin Voyages, we are very, very upfront with our pricing. So do you have clients that want to travel without kids, love great food, want to avoid all the stuffy formalities, are young at heart? Get them on a Virgin Voyage. I promise you they're going to love it. We have over 60% of every sailing purchasing our onboard offer to come back and sail with us again with friends. So I promise you they are going to love it. Now, if you're not registered to do business with us, the first thing that you need to do is register on firstmates.com, because that's how you are going to gain access to us. Then you want to start your Sea Academy journey, which is our learning and earning along the way. You can get all kinds of great perks, but I think the favorite perk amongst First Mates is after you complete silver tier of Sea Academy, you will get First Mate rates. And this means it's a forever perk. You get to sail for $100 per person per night, and you can bring a friend. We publish the eligible sail dates 45 to 60 days in advance. So it's not something that we have access to way in advance, but just know that that is a great perk that you can have to experience the lady ships. Now, on firstmates.com, there are so many tools for you guys, but I just wanted to point out a few. Under marketing materials, we're a very green company, so we don't print a lot of brochures and things like that. If you want to post something, if you want to send something, if you want to email something to your potential clients, go into marketing materials, use the search bar, put in whatever the keyword is, and I'm sure we have loads of information there. You can also find your First Mate rate eligible dates here, as well as booking boot camp, which for beginners, it's a great section of firstmates.com where you get step-by-step guides on how to do some of the most common things. And then the webinars. This is a huge, huge success for us. Our learning and development team put out their schedule for the entire month. It sits on firstmates.com. You can join. They do get filled up, so you want to sign up as soon as you can, but you can join. You can learn about all things like bookings, circles, just all kinds of amazing things from our learning and development team. Now, if you didn't know, we pay a very compelling 16% commission on the voyage fare and 10% off of anything that you sell pre-voyage, like bar tab. Now, with the competition, it's 10 to 16%. You don't make anything off the drink package or shore excursions, and they take all of those NCFs. With us, you get 10% on that bar tab or pre-purchased things with the pre-purchasable things with the First Mates. You get 10% commission on short things, never any NCFs with us, and always 16% commission on all bookings. Now, for those of you that like to do groups, there's two ways to do them. We do have this plan under review, so we're going to be making some edits to it throughout the year to make it a little bit richer in a sense, but you can either hold cabins in the beginning to lock in that rate for 30 days, and then you can book them like that, or you can just book everyone on the same sail date, and you have up to 2 weeks prior to the sailing to turn it into a circle. Now, what are the perks? So as a TA, you get to choose the 11th cabin for free or an additional 2% commission. And the perk of circles is that we can help with the group dining, with group excursions. We can set up welcome parties, but we also give them sailor loot, which is onboard credit. So for insiders and sea views, they get $50 per cabin. Sea terrace is $100 per cabin and $200 for our suites. Again, we can help with group dining, shore excursions, cocktail parties, etc. We also have a brand new celebration package. It's called Splash for Your Bash. And so we know that there's loads of people on board that are celebrating something in life. So what's included? So when 2 or more bookings are linked together, each cabin will get a bottle of bubbly. They'll also get assistance with dining reservations. Sailors also have the option to purchase a Splash for Your Bash package, which includes a bottomless brunch drink package, a celebratory dinner, along with a special dessert and more. So you can find all of the details on firstmates.com. Now, we have an amazing link that is unique to every first mate with us, and it's called the Let's Go book link. And basically, we like to say, get bookings while you sleep. You go to your profile, in the right-hand corner, you will see profile, you click on it, and in your profile sits your first mate link. A lot of first mates are turning this into QR codes. They're sharing it on social media. They're sharing it through emails, and they are literally getting bookings while they sleep. You can also use it as your primary booking engine. So if you want to make your bookings an easy 5 steps, you can use your Let's Go book link versus firstmates.com. We also have our premiere to our sailing club that's ending March 31st. So if you have any sailors that can sail by March 31st, we have the Match and See More program. And these are the loyalty programs that we are matching. And what do they get? Well, they will get all of these things like expedited boarding, premium Wi-Fi. We replaced the Shake for Champagne with a $100 bar tab, laundry service, a $10 daily specialty coffee. Basically, they get a whole lot of perks if their status is matched and they come try Virgin Voyages. Now, wave season, although we went over it in the beginning, I just wanted to make sure that we're clear on it. 2023 bookings only for the wave promotion. If you have anyone that's interested, I will say that it's probably better to get them booked sooner versus later, as prices have been going up since the end of last year. Now, if they book early, they're going to get 10% off for anything booked 180 days out and 5% for 179 to 121 days. And then if they pay in full outside of 180 days, they'll get an additional 10% off. Now, listen, Virgin Voyages is no average cruise line. So JLo is our chief entertainment officer, and she is actually going to be at our sail away party on April 14th. This sailing is really all about work, rejuvenation, and just finding that fun again for women in the business in the business sector, right? So we'll be hosting TED Talks and all kinds of amazing things for women in business. It's a great networking event, and it's something that you're not going to find on another cruise line. If you have sailors that are interested and want to do a virtual cruise event or a Facebook Live event or an in-person event, you can reach out to your sales manager so we can help you turn that interest into bookings. And for those of you that may not be in my territory, we have a big team of sales managers all over the US. We are small but mighty. And if you need your sales manager's information, this can also be found on firstmates.com. That's it for me.
Well, thank you for all of that information. I know that was a lot for everyone to get. I didn't mention this at the very beginning. There is a Q&A panel that you all have access to. If you have any questions that you thought of during the presentation, please add them in there and I'll read them off for Tamika to answer.
Yes.
Which a couple of ones that I thought of as she was talking while you all come up with questions. Do you have the link for that video with the older clients that we can share out?
Yeah, it's on Facebook. I think it's called Retirement House.
Retirement House? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I'll find that because that's a good video.
That is such a good video. And if you could hear what they were saying, they're just so funny, and like today I actually had a first mate reach out to me, and she wants to build the circles around grannies. Like, she's like, I just think that my group of grannies would have so much fun on a Virgin Voyage. And so I guess for me, I love to hear that because it breaks that whole, theory that we're a ship just for young people, because we are definitely a ship for the young at heart.
Yes, we are. Yes, you are.
Yeah.
I talk Virgin so often, I start incorporating it into my vocabulary.
I mean, Scott, you've sailed with us quite a few times, so you know the vibe and the feel of the ship, and you've seen people of all ages and demographics, and it's nice to be able to be around happy adults with no children around, and the inner child can come out as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, just for anyone that hasn't sailed Virgin before, it's an entirely different vibe. Like, Celebrity has always been my go-to just because I prefer upper level with few kids and they deliver, but the vibe on Verge is entirely different because having no kids, everyone can do what they want, dress how they want. Like you see people wearing whatever they want to the pool, nobody cares. So you don't have to feel like you're going to get judged because you're walking to the pool in a skimpy outfit. Nobody cares. Like we're just there to have fun and enjoy it. Meet a lot of friends in the hot tub too. That's where I meet everybody. And then
we have two questions, Scott.
We do.
Yeah. So Kristen asked,
do you want to explain how the rates work in terms of refunds?
So, yeah, I mean, we have the refund policy. Basically, 100 after 120 days, up to 45 days, you can make some changes, right? So you can, after 45 days, you can only make a name change, basically. Non-refundable, can only do a name change. Prior to that, 180 days is going to give you your most flexibility. So anything that's outside of 180 days is going to give you your most flexibility. But basically, if you book outside of 180 days, I want to say, and I'm going to double check it, that it's only 7 days that you have for refunds. Everything else is pretty much future voyage credit. And so that's at 120 days, final payment is due.
Yes, which I know the policy because I just had to live it. Before deposit or at deposit, 20%, and then that deposit is finalized after 7 days. If you cancel before 120, any money paid above deposit refunds. So that's excursions, that's bar tab, that's whatever. The deposit 20% goes to a future voyage credit split across all the sailors.
Correct.
So if it's a $400 deposit, then 200 applies to each sailor in the cabin, assuming it's 2. After paying full, it's a non-refundable amount, but it converts to a future voyage credit split between them for any sailing, which it's a book and sail within 12 months of the original sail date. So like I just had one cancel because their AC broke and they had to put money towards that. They have until July 30th, 2024 to sail on that credit. Yes.
And then
excellent question, Kristen. It's entirely different than a lot of other cruise lines, which, just as an aside before we jump to these other questions, Virgin also does not do price changes. So like if there's a new promotion that comes out that they want applied, it's a cancel and rebook. So it will cancel out future voyage credit. If it's within 45 days, then there's no changes. But if it's 120 to 46 days, they can get the future voyage credit. But likelihood of a better offer than waive is going to be really low, especially now that cruising's full speed ahead. Can you go back to that slide about the match program? And just kind of looking for a little more information about the match program.
Okay, so basically, Deep Blue Extras is the Match and See program. And so we did this to give people that are avid cruisers and have loyalty with other cruise lines an opportunity to sail with Virgin Voyages and get some perks while they do it. So these are the loyalty programs that we're matching. There is a form that needs to be filled out. Once the form is filled out with proof of their loyalty program, then you will get an acceptance of it, and then the Deep Blue Extras will be added to their account. And these are the Deep Blue Extras that they will get with the Match and See.
And is this only for the first time that they're on, or is it a perpetual benefit?
So if they're coming through Match and See, it's for the first time that they're on. The other ways to get this is if they're a sea rover, if they haven't sailed with us, they wouldn't be able to get this any other way. You'd have to have sailed with us multiple times and become a sea rover for us to be able to give these perks. Now, what this program will look like after March 31st, we are still waiting to see. I'm hoping that it will be just as good. But we really are trying to launch a program that is inclusive of being able to not only match loyalty programs through cruise lines, but like for miles and other Virgin products, hotels. That's the talk. It just hasn't been confirmed just yet.
Yeah. And just for everyone's benefit, you can submit this on behalf of your clients if they send you a screenshot of everything. But you'll enter their email because that's what they're going to locate the booking with. However, you won't get the notification at that point. It's just up to the traveler to tell you that they've actually gotten the email that they're approved, or just check the booking in firstmates.com and it'll flag it. And if you don't see it after a couple of weeks, you can call and they'll look into it.
Yeah.
Personal
And
experience.
then Amy asks, is this only for first-time guests? Yes, we just mentioned that. Kristen, I'm sorry, back to her question about the refund policy. She couldn't find it. I think it's on virginvoyages.com, that policy. It's not the easiest to find, if I'm being honest, but it's also, if they're already booked, it's in all of their terms and conditions that people normally click through and don't read. Kim asked, are passports required to sail? Yes, they absolutely are. And, I'm sure people have been saying on Facebook that you don't need a passport to sail. And this is what I'm going to say. Passports are required. We do make some exceptions closer to sailing, like a week outside of sailing for certain reasons. In the past, if people have gotten on our ladyship with just showing up with a license and a birth certificate and we've let them on, well, great for them, but our ladyships are filling up. They really are. I just looked at occupancy this morning and I almost shed a tear. For the next 18 weeks, every sailing is over 50% capacity. Some are very close to being sold out. And so I think the point of what I'm saying is when we first started sailing, we were letting some things go. We weren't as strict with certain things because we really just wanted people to experience our ladyships. And although we still want that, we're at a place where we really have to stand by the guidelines that we set for many reasons. And, people ask, oh, but you guys are the only ones. Well, we want to just keep it across the board the same for every ladyship so that it doesn't get confusing. And God forbid something happens to your sailor on board and they have to be taken off that ship and taken to a local hospital. Without a passport, I'm not sure how they're going to get home. So passports are definitely required for us. We want everybody to sail confidently, knowing that they can get home. If there is an extenuating circumstance, you can reach out to our sailor services team to see if they can possibly get an exception. But again, those exceptions are rarely made, but when they are, it's 7 days in advance.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And so your first 3 ladyships are going to be pretty much carbon copies.
They're all the same.
Is Brilliant getting any updates that the others will get eventually in the future?
Nope. Brilliant is the same as everything else. We do have some slight differences in like artwork and some design, some little touches in design, but the ladyships are basically going to be the same.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing some great things with our menus to kind of switch it up and certain things, but the nuts and bolts of our ladyships are all the same.
Just don't take away my meatballs.
Oh, those are the best.
So Latasha's asking, as capacity increases, is anything being done to offer more availability for classes because they're often sold out?
So Latasha, that's a great question, but they're not really sold out. People are booking them and not showing up. And so they're taking spaces that others can take. And yeah, and we're not charging when they do that yet. So I think once we start doing that as well, it'll hold people a little bit more accountable. We're doing loads of things on board to kind of get in gear for these higher capacities. I definitely think there's going to be a bit of a learning curve because we've had high capacity sailings, but we haven't always had them back to back. And so I want to be very transparent in saying that there may be some bumps along the way, but we do try to figure those things out very quickly. I haven't been told if we're doing anything specifically to the fitness classes, but what I can say is that we were told very confidently last week that our sailors and our onboard team are making sure that there is something for everyone to do, that they are trying to pay attention to all the details as they do on every sailing. But we're going to be making some changes just to make sure, like even with dining, releasing more available slots pre-voyage so that people can get their dining booked in advance. So no specifics, but yes, I do think that we'll be doing some things to get more people into our fitness classes.
Yes. I've tried to go to a couple, but they're always early morning and I sleep in after being out all night. Now, so when are you going to be going to Squid Ink?
Me?
Yeah,
You.
Hey, I've been there. I've done that.
So listen, I am a baby, and the two tattoos that I have almost died getting them because as soon as the needle touches, I start crying. So I have seen quite a few people at Squid Ink, and I love to sit by the sides and cheer them on, but probably nothing for me. I did want to mention one other thing, Scott, if I can. Tonight, I am hosting a general virtual cruise night. Or if you are in my territory, you would have received the email with the invite. Basically, it's a platform for agents to come or to send their sailors so that they can learn more about Virgin Voyages. And I'm giving a special offer for the next 7 days. So I'll extend that to you guys on this call. If you have any bookings that you make within the next 7 days, you want to invite them or you want to just sign up for it, the offer is I'd give $50 for an insider sea view in Sailor Loop per cabin. So that's $50 Sailor Loop per cabin, $100 in Sailor Loop per cabin for a sea terrace, and $200 for suites. So it just has to be booked by February 28th, and it has to obviously be in one of those categories.
Yes. Well, thank you for that. So for anyone who is on, if you have any other questions for the last couple of minutes here, feel free to send them over. Otherwise, I'll just add some filler. If you're not already registered on Virgin Voyages, firstmates.com, feel free to do that. Tamika's email will be in the follow-up email that I send out with the recording. So if you don't already have it, you can also set up some time to do one-on-one chats with her. She's amazing. And yeah, so how can we get some information to attend the event tomorrow? Tonight, Latasha, do you mean the webinar for tonight?
Is she in my territory, Scott?
I'm not sure. You know more than I would.
Well, I have 3,300 in my territory. I have no idea. What did she say?
No, but she wants to attend.
Okay, so Scott, you should have the email. If you can send her the Zoom link for tonight,
Yep.
that would be great. Latasha, if you're not registered with us, that's probably why you didn't get it. But yeah, register on firstmates.com. Guys, this is the best advice I can give you. Register for firstmates.com, go through the training. Whether you like it, love it, or don't like it, I still think we are worth giving a try. So, those first mate rates are a great way to get on board to experience it. But remember, even if you don't like it, I'm sure you have clients that will. And so being good at what you do comes with, having to test out some things so that you can speak to it confidently. But not only that, if money is a motivator for you, we are what you want to sell. The 16% commission is amazing. And we're not dicing up your money. For instance, I just had a first mate send me her first booking. She sold a Greek Island Glow, a 7-night sailing. She made $600. I mean, money talks. So if money is a motivator for you, and you want a product that you can sell, it's adult only, and you can make some good money and earn some perks as you learn more about us, please sell Virgin Voyages, because it is game changing. I have had clients over the past 6 months that are like, I've been making so much good money with Virgin Voyages that I've narrowed down selling all of these cruise lines to 2 or 3 cruise lines, because sometimes you put in so much work and then you see your commission check and you're like, I just got paid -0 for all my time. So let it be worth it. Sell Virgin Voyages. I promise you, you won't regret it. And because there are so many people that are going on board and buying those onboard offers, if they are tied to you as an agent, you sent them on that ship, you get the credit for that. There's another booking that you can close with them. They'll add on friends or family. You have new clients. Use your Let's Go book link, throw it out there in the world, because I'm telling you that link is doing some amazing things for first mates as well. I just think to strike when the iron is hot, and our cruise line is finally filling ships. And so the buzz is out there. Ride the wave, make yourself some great money, and make your clients happy.
Did we cover my next Virgin Voyage?
We
at a high
did.
level? So, for everyone, there is my next Virgin Voyages, which is Virgin Talk for a placeholder. And it's something that our sailors can visit the Get Lost deck or book directly through the app. That's how I usually do it, because they're always closed by the time I think about it. And it offers a couple of years for them to be able to convert, and it includes onboard credit, sailor loot, as well as a discount on the room, and the money you put down up front is applied to the new booking. But the benefit of all this is they can get up to 4 of these, and they belong to you. You'll see them in your booking list on firstmate.com, so you can continue to service them and grow them out, and they can also transfer. So it's a simple
One
call
time.
to First Mates, and they can gift that to their kids, they can gift it to their parents, and then it's theirs.
So basically, when you're on board, it's $300 down, which gives you $300 off the next sailing and $600 in sailor loot. But also, when you get off the ship, if you purchased on board, you'll get the same offer valid for 14 days after you get off the sailing. If you didn't purchase while you're on board, you still get a part of the offer. It would be $300 down with $300 off your next sailing and $300 in sailor loot versus $600. And those are both come by emails after you get off the ship. So if you're just having so much fun, or you don't make up your mind till the last day that you want to come on another Virgin Voyage, there's still an opportunity for 2 weeks after to take advantage of the offer. You can build circles around it, special occasions. And I think what's even nicer is that it's still linked to you. So you'll see it pop up in, like Scott said, in your firstmates.com bookings list, and you can follow up with those clients, introduce who you are to their new friends that might want to be going. And it's just working smarter versus harder.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I don't see any other questions coming in, so
Thank you.
we'll go ahead and wrap up. I'll send a follow-up email to everyone with the recording once it gets published, as well as Tamika's email and the link to the webinar tonight, so that you can register or send it out to your clients if you have anyone interested in. Our next webinar for everyone will be our SEO deep dive. Watch out for that invite to be sent out in the newsletter. You'll also have the Facebook group that you can click the event and register that way to get to the Zoom link. If you're not a part of our ASTA chapter's Facebook group, feel free to join. Just search Central Florida chapter, I think, unless Kyle wants to come off mute and correct me. Feel free to join, and we'd love to have everyone. But thanks very much, Tamika. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
for coming in.
guys. Thanks
And
for having me.
enjoy the rest of your days. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.